the great thing about fire is it's never really out. Because if you truly know the element of fire, there's always a spark, and all it takes is a spark, and it reignites, and then it goes like crazy. But what happened is disappointment can create uncertainty. All right, grab a seat. This gentleman here, give him a microphone. Yes, sir. Mic's on its way. We have to plow through the people.
All right.
Can we have a hand for our mic runners who are doing this amazing job, ladies and gentlemen? What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Josh. I'm from Utah.
Josh from Utah, ladies and gentlemen. Josh, tell us, what was your old story? Life was about what? You felt what? You dealt with what challenges? You had what beliefs? What role did you play? And then tell us what your new story is, what life's about, what role you play, what emotions you feel, how it turns out.
So I took more of a narrative approach to this. Hopefully that's okay.
Everything's okay here.
Okay. So this is an inspirational story about a boy who grew up in rural Michigan with an alcoholic father, who found the love of his life and followed his dreams. He went from working in restaurants to eventually becoming an entrepreneur, a tech entrepreneur. He built 4 tech companies, had 2 great successes and 2 great failures. And after his 2 companies failed, he questioned his ability to make his dreams come true. And he lost his fire.
What emotions did he feel most often at that stage?
Heartbroken.
What else? As if you need anything else.
Frustrated.
What else?
Defeated.
One more.
Small.
And what did he feel like life was about at that stage?
He's not sure
Yeah.
at that stage.
Yeah. And that's the worst feeling of all, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's your new story? Since you're the writer, director, and producer of this baby.
I have 2.
Okay, wonderful.
I have alternate versions because I have 2 souls. One's a hippie, the other's an entrepreneur, and they fight constantly. They have my whole life.
I love that. I think that's wonderful. Before you tell me the story, tell me what's the difference between the hippie and the entrepreneur? Because I know some hippie entrepreneurs, and I know some entrepreneurs that are hippie-ish.
I would love to zip those 2 together.
Wow, if you'd already done it, how did you do that? Just before you tell me how you already did it, tell me they both have an important role in your life.
They do.
Tell me what, I want to speak to the hippie first, if I may.
Yeah.
So could you come out here so I can meet the hippie? Hey, you even got the moves. I'm impressed. Okay. So I want to speak only to the hippie in you, Josh, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So just walk right there, and when you rise in that spot, be the hippie completely in your body, in your heart, in your feelings, your emotions, and you nod when you're there. So am I speaking to the hippie right now?
Yeah.
Great.
A nervous hippie.
Nervous hippie. Well, I'm Tony. Nice to meet you, nervous hippie.
Tony, great to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you for sharing with us. I know you play a huge and important role in Josh's life. And if you're that big a part of him, you are trying to provide certain things for him that are very important. And I'm wondering if you'd be willing to share with us what's your purpose in Josh's life? What are you trying to create for him? And I want the hippie to answer, not your head, just the first response from the hippie.
I'm trying to show him what really matters.
Yes.
And that he's actually already living his dream life. The things that really matter to him, family, love, togetherness, nature, have nothing to do with entrepreneurship or wealth or the things he seems to be so consumed over with for the last couple of decades.
Yes.
We don't need that money. We don't need any of the things that he's so stressed about.
Yes.
We would be happy living in a trailer in a desert, and that's all we really need. And he knows that his wife would be right there with him. She thrifts. She doesn't need any of the things he's been fighting for.
I see. So those are really valuable things for him to know, because what you're really trying to do is bring him back to basically his soul and spirit and make sure that he doesn't let the external world control him or pull him in a way that takes him away what matters most. Is that what you're trying to do?
That's it.
Great. I think that's incredibly important and valuable. And I think the role you're playing is really important. I'd love if you'd allow me to talk to the entrepreneur as well, because I'd love to see if there's a bridge, because the entrepreneur in him is driven as well. And I happen to have both feelings inside myself, because I'm the guy that cries at the drop of the hat and rips open the building. So I can relate to Josh in some ways. I have the part of me that's so happy I don't have to do a damn thing in my life ever again, but another part of me that has to find a way to serve. And I think the hip in you also wants service.
Absolutely.
Yes. You left that part out. I think out of your protection of Josh, you're really trying to protect him from what you think will hurt him and hurt his family. You may be leaving out another set of qualities that are important to his spirit. And you may be making judgments, which I've done, about how that's being done. Like if money's involved, because money and activity of that nature, I didn't see as spiritual in the hippie part of myself. But I got to the point where there were so many frustrations and lack of resources, and I know Josh has plenty now. But in my life, where it's like I began to realize this is incongruent for me if I'm here to have impact, not to find the way to serve at all levels. In other words, hippie Josh, if he could be more giving, should he?
Hippie Josh, yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, I'm only talking to hippie Josh. And if he could be more intelligent, should he be?
More intelligent?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And if he could be more compassionate, should he be?
Absolutely.
And if he could be more financially abundant and share that, should he be?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. Then there's a bridge available there, because sometimes we only look at one part of it. And Josh, hippie Josh, I know on a 0 to 10, your importance in his life is probably an 11. But if you throw your weight around too much, it's that experience, if I may do this with you, where you push and even hippie Josh pushes back. I didn't say to push back, you're putting all your weight into it. And then imagine, we won't do it, but imagine we're pushing that hard and our faces this close and we love each other and somebody slips.
Yeah.
That's what happens if we overstate. So the beautiful hippie Josh that you've done is you're grounded in the most important things, but you're leaving out something that you value, which is contribution on a significant scale. And perhaps sometimes we've seen people use money and things as power to take advantage of others. The hippie part of me has seen this. And I'm never gonna be that, and decided for a long time, I just don't wanna have any money. I also didn't want the judgment from my friends.
Yeah.
But after a while, I thought, am I really that limited? After a while, I thought, if I could be more loving, should I? Yes. Smarter, should I? Yes. Giving, should I? Yes. More financially abundant? How could I say no to that if I'm a creature of God and he's given me the gift to create? Sure. And especially if I use that creation not just to serve myself and not even just my family, but mass numbers of other people. And so I began to realize that there could be a merger in entrepreneurial terms.
Yes.
Between the hippie and me, which really is just the part of me that has nothing but love and just wants to serve. And the part that wants to be abundant so that all the choices that my family wants to have, that I'd like to have, and quite frankly, so that whatever God has given me gets maximized, because it's more challenging than just me enjoying myself by myself. I can sit here and do nothing. I don't have to do any of this. I can go home, I have the most perfect family and the dearest friends and live on the beach, or, I have all this abundance like Josh has. But I'm still pulled because I don't think Josh is going by push motivation if you check in with him. I think it's more pull motivation, like a calling.
Hell yeah.
And you can recognize that, the hippie part of you understands the calling, and especially a calling that has service involved. And perhaps the one thing that I'd like you to consider, if you could, my hippie to yours, is that if I can serve more by doing that too, and I don't lose my center, then I'd be an idiot not to do that, and I certainly wouldn't be glorifying my creator who gave me the ability. If I have these abilities, there must be a deeper reason than just abundance for me or my family. And so I could just say, I got enough. I'm 65 years old, I've served tens of millions of people, pretty amazing life. I could just cap it as a win. But there's something inside me that's hungry to still serve. And I think for me, I don't know what it is for Josh, I'm gonna find out when I talk to the entrepreneur. But for me, it's because I suffered so much, I don't want anybody else to suffer. So if I can figure something out that can end suffering, food, oxygen, slavery, mental slavery, emotional slavery, then how could I waste my life just enjoying myself when I could be enjoying myself and serving? I think that might be what entrepreneurial Josh is called to be, as opposed to the ones that are just pushed by ego. And it's easy to generalize, distort, and delete that someone who's an entrepreneur is just in it for themselves, or they're just in it for self-aggrandization. But the most successful ones I know in the world have a mission bigger than themselves. That's why they can build things. That's why they can bring people together, because if it was just about me, it wouldn't happen. But if you're trying to serve something more than yourself, you know, the hippie part of you knows, if I'm just trying to serve me, I'm gonna get a certain amount of insight from the universe. If I'm trying to serve my family, I'm gonna get more insight, because life supports whatever supports more of life. I'm supporting more of life, I'll get more insights. In my life, serving tens of millions of people, things happen, people stand up, and I know things I cannot know. That is not me. That is because it's my calling, and that's because it's being given, because it's serving more than me. And in here, it's not only just serving them or you and the entrepreneur, but all the other people that have divisions within themselves at times. And we don't have to draw a line. That's the challenge in our world. You know, when I've been on talk shows like CNN, and I remember when after the Sandy Hook situation, things like that, and everyone was like, guns must go on CNN, and they brought some other people pushing for guns, and they invited me to be on the panel. And I stopped the whole conversation by saying, it was getting so angry. And I said, I'm capable of anger too, but I don't think that's gonna solve anything here, nor is judging each other. Why don't we figure out what we have an alignment on? I said, the alignment is, I think both sides want the exact same thing. We all want our children protected. We all want our environment to be safe. The only difference we have is our belief about how to get there. Some believe guns are important to have. Some people say getting rid of guns is doing it, but we want the same thing. So maybe we need to be a little kinder, if we're really a hippie, to the other parts, because that's what makes us a great hippie, is we're just really, another word for hippie would be a great lover, a lover of mankind, a lover of humanity, a lover of people who can't give you anything back, but you still love them. A lover who can do things and not ask for anything in return. I think that's what Josh, as an entrepreneur at this deepest level, is pulled. He's pulled to create. He's pulled to build, because he has that capability, and that needs to be fulfilled while he's enjoying the fruits of the labor he's already had. Those are my hallucinations. Well, if I knew for sure, I'd say for sure. I haven't checked in with him yet. But are you open to that as a possibility?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, do you mind if I talk to the entrepreneur guy for a minute and I'll come back? Entrepreneur Josh, obviously if you're this strong a force in Josh's life, you have a very important purpose in his life.
Yes.
Do you mind sharing with me why you produce this drive in him to continually build things and create things? What's the purpose of it for him?
I tried to help him see where he's come from. He used to work as a dishwasher in restaurants. He worked in restaurants 8 years to put himself and his wife through college. He didn't even think he was going to go to college. And somehow he figured out a way to get a teaching degree. And then he figured out the things that made him good at teaching, made him good at sales. And then he did really well in sales. And then he read a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, and it made him think he should be an entrepreneur. And then he, after 5 years of hunting for the right thing, finally found the right thing, the right business, and he built it, and it was successful. And from the back of that and the profits of that, he built another business. And now he's able to build, he has the most valuable skill in the world, a tech entrepreneur. Tech entrepreneurs are the richest people on the planet. They can create anything.
Yes.
And he's gone from working in restaurants to learn that skill, and he's built software that hundreds of millions of people have used, and it's come this close to winning.
Yes.
And now he's won. He's hit a base hit, and maybe he's been walked once. We could call it that.
He's been what once?
He's walked. He's been walked, like walked a base. I'm not a sports guy. Is that how you say it? I'm an entrepreneur. I don't play sports. But where's Andrea? Well, my new coach, Andrea, just taught me, and she is right, that he is so close to winning. He knows he can win this game. He has friends in the audience who has invested in his companies that still believe in him. And I think, as crazy as they are, they would still back him, even though he's lost their money. There he is. There he is.
And why would they do that?
Because they're crazy. But they believe, just as he believes and should believe, that he can crank one over the fence. He knows he has it in him. He's come so close. If he can get as far as he has, he can win. And if he can win, we can do so much more. We can do so much more, but we've got to win. We can't reach or make impact from where we are now. And the fastest way, the best way, is to win. And he's got to win, but he's crushed. We know that. His fire is out.
I see. Well, the great thing about fire is it's never really out. Because if you know the element of fire, if you truly know the element of fire, there's always a spark, and all it takes is a spark, and it reignites, and then it goes like crazy. But what happened is disappointment can create uncertainty. And he was a little spoiled, Josh the entrepreneur, in that he had some big successes, and he sold those and succeeded. So then to have a couple things not work was very devastating, because he had attached it to his identity, which is why the hippie showed up. The hippie showed up for two reasons. One is a way out, so he didn't have to face his fears. And secondly, to also make sure he didn't get so caught up in winning the game that he forgot he already won. And the combination of those two is really, really important. And so that's what the hippie's trying to provide. He's trying to remind him, you don't need to be broken or have your light be turned down or out, or the illusion. What's the word that you used? You said his fire is?
Fire is out.
It's out. Yes. Out. In.
Lost his fire.
Lost his fire. Well, and then you can easily find it. If it's your fire, you can never lose it. You can only try to confuse yourself and think it's not there because you're afraid if you use it and it doesn't work, what will that mean? You're afraid that it means I'm not enough. I thought I was all these things, and if I'm not enough, am I worthy of my own love, not even other people's? Because it sounds like your wife would love you either way, it sounds like to me. Is that true?
She doesn't care.
Yes. She doesn't care, I mean, whether you succeed in that or not.
No.
Yes, I know. And sometimes that's also a challenge for you.
Yeah.
Because the person who's most important to you doesn't see it as important as you do. And so then that also chips away a little bit at the fire. True or false? That means true.
True. She believes in me to a fault.
Yes. Is it a fault or is it to love?
No, I just don't want to let her down, even though she doesn't really care. She would be just as happy.
So is it really laying her down, or are you just, is the entrepreneur saying that because he just doesn't want to lose the path he's on?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it has nothing to do with her.
True.
So here's what's really cool. The hippie in you, we could rename the lover in you. And the entrepreneur in you, we could call the warrior. They're brothers. The warrior is driven by love too. The love to create, the love to serve, the love to make things happen, the love to win, the love to conquer limitations. Entrepreneur Josh works on which of those Chinese elements, would you say? Fire, wood, water, metal, earth.
Yeah.
Which one?
Wood. I took the exam, so wood, number one. Water.
Of course you took the exam. So wood is number one.
Wood, water.
Yes. Which one is the hippie driven by?
Earth.
Yeah. And maybe even some water too.
Maybe some water, yeah.
But earth for sure.
Yeah.
Now, I am wood and earth. I started as a janitor. I had no money for food. I've come a long way with you.
You've done all right. I'm proud of you, Tony.
My point is there was a stage in my life in which I started to succeed as an entrepreneur, because in my world, love was the driving force that I wanted most of all. And I thought, having gone through 4 fathers, and my mom always telling me she left them because we had no money for food, that if I solved the money issue, there would never be a relationship problem. But when I matured at an older age, I discovered that my parents would have probably torn each other up over something else if it wasn't money. So I made a lot of money early on, what I thought was a lot of money, $100,000 a month. 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 47 years ago. So it's like, And when I made all that money, I called my friends. I said, let's go to Egypt and let's race camels between the pyramids. And I thought they'd be so excited. And they're like, easy for you. I said, what? Easy for you, you got so much money. I said, I don't have so much money. I'm fortunate, I worked hard, but I'm paying. Oh, I don't want your shit. And as a lover, after that, a few times of things like that, my brain got rid of the money. I started sabotaging everything. I lost it all. I moved into a 400 square foot bachelor apartment. I started eating as my drug to fill up. But there was a day where I finally hit the edge where it's like, if I could be smarter, should be. If I could be more giving, should I? If I could be more financial, what is the difference in the world of spirit? None. This is my mind creating a false division of different parts of myself that are actually unified if I notice it. They're giving me different qualities that I need for both sides. My lover needs to have the strength of my entrepreneur. My entrepreneur needs that lover to be fully alive. So I'm not waiting to win. I've already won, and I'm continuing to win on a new level. And from that place of victory, from that place of joy, from that place the game's already won, I haven't had to prove myself to myself or others. So I had more energy to just focus on making it work. And when it didn't, I didn't call it failure, I called it learning, and I picked up and tried something else, very much like you've done, until I found it, just like your investor friends know you'll do, because they're betting on you. They're not betting on the company. And all great investors bet on the people. Because I can take a shitty company, put the right people in, and we'll make it a good company. I can take a great company, put some bad people in, and you can fuck it up in no time. So they're betting on you. So one day I took this part of me. Are you right-handed? Left-handed.
I'm right-handed, sorry.
Yes.
You intimidate me. I don't remember what hand dominant I am.
I'm not going to intimidate you. We'll do it side by side. How's that? Okay. Okay, so you're left-handed.
No, I'm right-handed.
You're right-handed.
What are you doing?
Okay, good. Well, that's really good because when you're not sure which hand you really are, the hippie or the entrepreneur or the hippie, then something interesting happens when this occurs. And then this. And then this. And then this. It was 3. Zui! Zah! Zubadoo! In this hand, is it the entrepreneur or is it the hippie, or are they together?
I want them to be together.
Well, what's there? Which one's there?
I think the entrepreneur.
You think the entrepreneur. Okay, well, squeeze the entrepreneur in there. Feel the entrepreneur completely. That's it. Breathe the entrepreneur. Feel what the entrepreneur needs and wants most. And feel the strength of the entrepreneur at his best. Which doesn't mean that he does the right thing, it just means he finds the way, right? Sometimes it takes multiple ways to find the way. And then squeeze in the best of all his qualities in there. That's it. And then open your hand and tell me, what color is the entrepreneur? What's the color you see there first? Red. And then squeeze again. And then feel the power of that entrepreneur. Good. And then open it up and tell me, what's the shape of the entrepreneur that you associate to the entrepreneur?
Abstractly, a circle.
Yeah, a circle. So a red, did you say red? Was that the first one? So a red circle.
Yeah.
Good. Is it one-dimensional or three-dimensional?
One-dimensional.
One-dimensional. Okay, squeeze it. It's the entrepreneur. Feel the entrepreneur. Feel all the benefits of the entrepreneur, all that the entrepreneur can create, all the enjoyment you have as the entrepreneur. Open your up. Bring it up to your ear and tell me, what sound does the entrepreneur make? First sound that comes to you.
Yes.
Very nice. Do it again.
Yes.
One more time.
Yes.
Oh, good. Squeeze it again. Take that red circle with the yes. And then open up and feel me and tell me the texture of the entrepreneur. What's the texture of that entrepreneur? Rough or smooth? What is the feeling?
Now smooth.
Smooth? Is that what you think? Okay, good. Squeeze it one more time. Feel the power of the entrepreneur. And then open your hand and instead of a sound, this time, what does the entrepreneur say to you? First thing that comes to your mind.
Win.
That's it. Say it again.
Win.
That's it. Good. One more.
Win.
Awesome. Close your hand. That's it. Feel it. Very much warrior qualities. Can you feel that? Do you notice that at all? Qualities where you push through. Qualities where you don't stop. Qualities where you find the way. Is that true?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, hang on to that. And open up the hippie. Do you have another term for him besides hippie?
I don't.
Okay, good. Close your hand with hippie. Good. Squeeze that hippie in you and feel all the benefits of being a hippie. That's it. Feel all those feelings. Enjoy them. Feel them. That's it. Experience it fully. All the goodness of the hippie. All the enjoyment of the hippie. The freedom of the hippie. And open your hand and tell me, what color is that hippie?
White.
White, squeeze it. Feel all the benefits of that hippie again. All the emotions, all the enjoyments. Wonderful. Open and tell me, what shape do you associate to the hippie?
Triangle comes to
A
mind.
triangle, that's good. All right. What color is this?
White.
Triangle, white. Now what? Open up. What's the texture of the hippie?
It's not rough, but it's just texture. It's soft.
Soft texture.
Yes.
Okay, good. Soft texture. Squeeze it. Feel all the benefits of being the hippie. That's it. Bring it up to your ear. Open your hand and tell me, what sound do you hear instantly when you hear the hippie?
Wow.
That's it. Do it again.
Wow.
One more time.
Wow.
Wow. There's a certain sense of awe in the hippie.
Yeah.
That's
Love, gratitude.
love, gratitude. Feel how great those feelings are. And then open your hand and the hippie says one thing to you. What does it say?
Keep going.
That's right. Wow, they do have something in common. Yeah, they have a common bond. Now feel all the great feelings of the hippie. This white triangle on a soft texture. Keep going, right? Wow. And now squeeze over here and feel this guy as well, the entrepreneur, right? Red, circle, smooth, win. Yes. Go. And now what I want you to do is open both those hands slowly. That's it. And I want you to take this beautiful hippie white light and you're going to start pouring it in your left hand until this is white. You won't lose anything here, but this will be white. Go. Keep going until it's totally white. Oceans of it, oceans of it. Tell me when it's white. It's there, great. Now I want you to take this white light, and remember there's red light within it, because if we have a spectrum of white light, it has all these colors in it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It isn't limited to one. And the hippie knows that.
Yeah.
That's why the hippie picked white, because the hippie knows love is an integration of all those frequencies, including the entrepreneur. So now take the red of the entrepreneur and put that in this hand until this hand is red and it won't lose the white. Go ahead. That's it.
They're literally red and white now.
Oh, they're both red and white. Look at that. They're both red and white now, ladies and gentlemen. They're both red and white. Okay. And then now take this round shape and put it in here. And then take this triangle shape and put it in here. And now open your hand and tell me what's in each hand.
Well, if they're integrated, it would be a sphere. It would be a,
Yeah.
right?
We'll take a look.
It seems like a sphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice. And what color is it? It's not limited anymore. What color is it?
I think it's white.
Yes. Because within the white, you also see the,
Red.
yes, and maybe some other colors you forgot.
Right.
Pull them together again. This time, let their shapes and smoothness integrate. Because when you bring things together, they're always more valuable than when they were apart. United we stand, divided we fall. Feel them unite, as only the hippie can do and only the entrepreneur can do, but together, oh my God. And then open them up and tell me, what do they say to you now?
You've got this.
And what feeling do they create? What feeling do they create?
Sorry.
What feeling do they create?
love,
And
courage.
and who are you?
A creator.
Yes.
Yeah.
And does the creator have to pick? Does the creator have to pick?
Sorry, did you say?
Does the creator have to pick to be one thing versus another if you're creator?
Oh, that's the beauty.
That is the beauty.
It doesn't matter what we're painting, whether it's a portrait or a seascape, just as long as we're painting, that's all I really want to do. I just want to create.
So let me, if I may, thank you for that integration. And if you could make sure that the hippie walked over here, because I just want to check in with him for a moment. There we are. Good to see you. My dear hippie friend Josh, how do you feel about this integration idea? When you go to the wise part of yourself, not the judgmental part, because hippies can be judgmental at times, but their depth is not. Their depth has more wisdom.
Yeah, I'm surprised, but I feel we've struck an accord.
I think that's wonderful. And as a hippie, one thing I know about you, you don't break your word. Your word is your bond, isn't it?
Right.
I thank you for that. By the way, what if I told you that was your brother?
I wondered.
Maybe you were divided a long time ago at birth or something, or thought you were.
Could be.
Where do you reside in Josh's body? Can you just point to the first place to go that where you normally reside in his body?
Yeah, heart.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Would you stay there for a moment? I'm going to go talk to the entrepreneur, and I'm going, with your permission, to invite him to move in with you. So you guys can hang together and constantly positively influence each other for a greater good. Not have to fight, because brothers, when they mature, usually don't have to fight anymore. I fought with my brother when he was little. We haven't had a fight since we were probably 25 since then, because it's like the shit we fought over was so silly. Would you be open to him sharing with you the location in the heart?
If he agrees to go to bed on time, I suppose.
I know that'll be your concern, Josh. I don't think he will. I think he'll come in late times, but he would agree not to disturb you. And the reason I'm asking you to reside in the same place is so that you can have absolute certainty that the values that you're here for Josh will always be there, because you won't have to be over there trying to get attention. You'll be right in his heart, which is what's always driven him. And also because you've making his heart divided in the past, because your brother already lives there. You think he's an entrepreneur without a heart. That's what hippies think all entrepreneurs are. But you're a much wiser hippie than you were as a child. Can you see that?
I see.
So all I'm inviting is for you to accept the reality and enjoy it if you choose to, because then there won't be a fight anymore. The influence will be there because you're hanging out with somebody every day. You don't have to have these big altercations. Even when he's sleeping, the two of you can share together ways to help him and guide him unconsciously, because he's very attuned. But together you have tremendous power. Divided, can you see what the division has done to him? I want you just for a moment, because I know your purpose is to serve him, make him better. But can you honestly look and see that by dividing him, how it's hurt him?
Yeah.
Has it helped him with his fire, or has it hurt his fire? I know it wasn't your intent. I'm just asking you to look at the consequence so you can decide what you want to do.
Yeah, I can see where the contention between us
Yes.
has confused him,
Yes.
made him doubt,
Yes.
and caused the fire to dim.
And that's not your intent, is it?
No.
No. Your intent is to make him the best man he can be.
The best man, the best creator, the
Yes.
best lover. Yeah.
Yes. And by the way, you added a new word, creator. You hadn't mentioned that before. That shows me that you've already begun that integration in a very beautiful way. I really honor you for that. So I'm going to go visit with the entrepreneur, your brother. You guys might come up with some new nicknames. What nickname would you like him to call you that would bring out the humorous part of you and the less serious part that's loving? If he was going to give you if you were going to give him a nickname to call you, the entrepreneur one, when you're being a little bit of a dick.
To call me the hippie?
Yeah, a name he could call you that would be playful and warm and would call you to your best when you're being a little dick, because entrepreneurs can be a dick and so can hippies.
Jerry Garcia.
Jerry Garcia? Okay. All right, so he's going to call you Jerry for short, okay? Okay, are you cool with that?
Yeah.
When he calls you Jerry, what will it make you feel?
I'll snicker. I'll tolerate it.
Oh, no, we don't want to tolerate. We want something that's endearing. We don't want you to tolerate your communication with your brother. We want it to be endearing, where it's like, by him saying it, he's acknowledging the beauty of your heart and that he needs to learn from you too, but to do it playfully.
Good.
So is there a better name, or is that the right name?
That's good.
Maybe you'll picture Jerry Garcia ice cream when you see it. Maybe it'll make it more enhanced. Okay, good. And then we're going to ask him what nickname he would like you to say that's warm, and then you guys can start calling each other. He can call you Jerry or JG, right?
Yeah.
And you can feel that warm feeling in your heart that what he's really saying when he calls you that is he's acknowledging how important you are and that he loves you and that he knows he needs you to help guide Josh, not just him.
Deal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Shake on it? Awesome. I'll be back in a moment.
Excellent.
Now, many of you think this is just some little game, but what you're really witnessing is an integration of his nervous system. And none of you are doing this as I speak with any parts of you that are divided, because the only way you could do this is conscious. You couldn't possibly doing this in your unconscious. You know, the part of your brain that makes your heart beat 100,000 times a day, even though you don't even think about it. The part of you that you trust when you go to sleep. You trust it to look out for you completely. You don't even question it. The part of you that's more powerful than your conscious mind. The part of you that runs your entire nervous system. And the part of you that only has your best interests in mind. It is not your subconscious mind, as some call it. You'd probably better call it your other than conscious mind, or superconscious, because it's more powerful than your conscious mind. And as you know, we all learn best when we don't know we're learning. Like when we're watching someone else and we think it's happening to them. Now, not all of you have divisions, but most do. Some are large, some are small. I would not want you to heal them too quickly. I know some of you already have, and you're ahead of the game, and it frustrates me. And some of you will do it and complete it in the next 5 minutes. You choose. But you don't have to understand it to experience it. You don't understand electricity, most of you, but you flip the switch. Most of you don't even understand your frickin' car, but you drive it. And you don't understand your other than conscious mind, but you don't have to. Remember I said the forces that shape us most are invisible forces: electricity, gravity, radiation, love, creation, giving, alignment, connection, unity versus division. And when something serves a higher purpose, your other than conscious mind can discover many ways to integrate. And you don't even have to be aware of it. Just remember to forget everything I just said, or forget to remember what I just said, whichever is easier for you, and be sure to know the difference, or just smile. Whichever you prefer. Could I speak to the entrepreneur?
Yes.
Am I talking to the entrepreneur?
Yes.
Awesome. I just had a conversation with your long-lost brother.
We're brothers.
You didn't know that? Yeah, he didn't know it either. But we had a conversation with your parents and the doctor. And they told us that somehow you guys got confused, Siamese twins, and they gave one of you away. And then they realized, no, they didn't give you away at all. You gave a part of yourself away. But they love you regardless, and they trust you to discover how to unify yourself. So anyway, as you know, he wants to make sure that Josh has love in his life, that he enjoys his life, that he experiences that he's already won, that he connects with his family and is not driven by things outside of that like ego and so forth. And you clearly want to make sure that he does not give up the gifts he's been given as a creator, as one who can build things and create things that can touch so many lives. He actually now sees the value of that. He never thought about the contribution, only thought about the money side of things. And didn't even think what the money side of things could do in terms of contribution. But he's now learning, he's opening, he really is truly. I just had 2 great conversations with him. So my question for you, Josh, as the entrepreneur is, I'm wondering if you would be willing to invite him in so there's no more conflicts, where you would take him as a quality coach, like any good businessman would have, to see the things you might be missing at times. And then instead of feeling divided by him or judged by him, that if he started being kind of a dickish about it, he said you could turn to him and say, hey, Jerry, with a little smile, because Jerry Garcia is like one of his role models. You might even see Jerry Garcia ice cream when that happens and smile. It'll just be a little pattern interrupt. And I'm just wondering what you want him to call you when you're being a little bit of a dick, when you're thinking a little too much in charge and being a little out of balance, so that you guys could come together and both serve Josh, because you both have the same intent, just a little bit of different focus. Him more on enjoying the moment and being here now, and yours more about creating things of value and finding the way to win and serve. Both are critically important. But when you're divided, neither one does well. So the question is, would you be willing to work with him as your brother and not to hold you back, but to be a quality coach? Because we all have blind spots, don't we?
Absolutely.
And he has blind spots, and he knows that. That's why he was willing to partner with you. And he knows you're important now. He used to just try to extinguish you if he could, right? But he now sees that his dividing you is actually part of what extinguished your fire, besides not getting what you want as the entrepreneur, creating some uncertainty. And he doesn't want to do that. He's committed to not doing that. He's committed to making sure this part of you is strong. But he needs an agreement for unity. And the question is, would you be willing to work with him, allow him to be a coach, be a brother, and that if it's out of balance, you're being out of balance, we give him a nickname that might make you smile, not make you judged, but make you smile, that he could use if you're being a little dickish, meaning you're throwing your weight around a little bit, so that Josh gets the best of both of you. Is there a nickname that would make you smile, that would be related to you as an entrepreneur or something, or that would just let you know that, hey, I'm getting a little too over the edge on this and I need to listen a little bit too?
Yeah, let's go with Maestro.
Maestro.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Some maestro. And will that make you smile?
Yeah,
Yes. Will it remind you not to take yourself too seriously, though?
of course.
Okay, perfect. So Maestro and Jerry Garcia.
Or Jer.
Or Jer.
Say Jer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, are you guys talking to each other already?
Yeah,
You guys are
texted.
sneaking in conversations. Oh, look at you integrating faster than you should if you were weak.
He's always been really good looking, and I wondered why.
Wow. Wow, a compliment for Jerry. Wow, Jer. Now it's Jer. I like that. That feels even more familiar. Okay, Jer. And with Maestro, do you think that'll definitely work with you?
Yeah, that'll be great.
All right. So then here's my next question.
But he has to sing it.
He's got to say
He
it.
doesn't.
He didn't have to do shit. He's going to call you Little Maestro when you say shit like that. That'll break the pattern. So then tell me, where do you reside in Josh's body?
Gut.
Yes. And I'm just wondering if you'd be willing to not give up the positive influence on the gut, but move in with your brother because he lives in your heart. And that's actually where the gut actually comes from initially. This translates to here. But if we go to the source of it, you'll get there quicker. And sometimes our gut guides us, and sometimes our gut is affected by our fears. But our heart pierces fears. Our heart has love, and love is the only thing that can get you past anger or fear. That's where the gratitude lives. And if brothers live together in gratitude there, holy shit, this story is going to be a pretty beautiful story, isn't it? With all kinds of textures that are beautiful. So the question is, would you be willing to move in there so you guys are together?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you willing to move in with Jer?
Yep, happy to do it.
Okay, in the heart?
In the heart, as long as I can keep my home in the gut.
Oh, of course.
Weekends.
You still have your own place to go back to.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. You're just like a woman who's still just dating and just wants to make sure she has a leave your panties, okay, or leave something there. So let me know when you arrive at the heart. You go visit there just for a second. You can close your eyes and go there. Let me know when you're there.
I'm there.
Great. I want you, with your eyes closed, tell me what you feel that's even better than just the gut.
It's warm in here.
Yeah. What else are you noticing in there?
It's cold outside.
Yeah, but you're warm in there. Huh. Is there a fire in the heart that keeps
there's a
warm?
fire.
Oh, maybe we found what you thought you lost.
Yeah, feels like home.
Yes, that's what's been missing.
Yeah.
So now go back and pull back the drape or the door there, open it up so the whole heart is open. And who's on the other side there? With a big smile on his face saying, Maestro.
Jer. You son of a gun.
Okay, do you mind if Jer gives you a hug? Because my guess is that when he's not judgmental, that Jer is a hugger.
He is.
He is, I thought so. Would you be willing to embrace him?
Yeah.
Okay, then go ahead, close your eyes and go embrace your brother and feel the unity you've been craving for so long. And he says something really beautiful to you, doesn't he? What does Jer say to you from his heart to yours?
I've missed you, man.
Yeah. And Maestro, what do you say to Jer from your heart?
I love you. I always have.
And as you embrace in the heart, notice there's a transformation. There's this fire, this energy, this love, this joy, and it all merges into this thing called Josh without the limits of any other name. And he begins his next journey. He's called now. The hero's journey begins again. You both have been on it before. You just forgot. But unified on this journey, it'll be more beautiful. It'll be more successful. It'll be more fulfilling. And so that calling means that you'll meet some more new friends and mentor each other and find other mentors. And together you'll face the challenges. You'll slay the dragons. Because the fire in the heart never goes out. As long as it beats, the fire is there. That's what beats it. That passion, that desire to live fully that both Jer and Maestro share.